guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to talk to you about Candida cleansing and some of my favorite products that have made the biggest difference. If you're new here, my name is Jess and I am a certified holistic nutritionist and practitioner. I help women specifically with Candida cleansing as well as parasite cleansing and liver support to get their life back, and not only back, but so much better than what it was before. And I personally started this journey through perioral dermatitis. I never experienced skin issues in my life until getting perioral dermatitis, and I spent 7 months literally trial and erroring everything. I was on YouTube 24/7. I have seen every single perioral dermatitis video. I have tried every single thing at that moment, and then I finally decided to do the cleanse, and it was the only thing that worked. So I personally believe in this cleanse more than anything, and I've seen so many of my clients, every single one of my clients, see success in this, as well as the ones who have purchased my guide. So if you're interested, I do have guides, I'll link below, that you can take a look at, but I really do believe in this cleanse, and that's why I'm so excited to share this with you, because I know how hard it can be to cleanse. So honestly, just being able to share my tips on here, TikTok and Instagram. If you do have TikTok, I have a lot of videos on there. Instagram is like a really great community as well. But yeah, I really want to be able to share as much as I can, because it has made such a difference in my life and my clients. And there's not enough information on this, and there's not enough information on making it tangible. I think that is so important, and that's really what I live by, is making it a lifestyle so it doesn't feel as restricted as it needs to be. Number one tip that I have for you is to start taking apple cider vinegar. Whether you have just started the cleanse or if you're someone who is just about to start the cleanse, start taking apple cider vinegar. Such an amazing thing to add into your cleanse, and honestly, overall health. If you're watching this and you don't have Candida and you're just like curious about gut health, start adding apple cider vinegar into your routine. It's really simple. All you need to do is, this is the smallest cup I can find. So all you need to do is add in, I would say, about this much water. And then you'll add about a teaspoon of the apple cider vinegar, and then just take it like a shot. And why apple cider vinegar is so important on the cleanse is because it really helps to support the pH of the body. When our pH is at a place where it's acidic, it's inevitable that Candida, parasites, bacteria, and virus are going to thrive. And that's how we get pathogens, is when we have an acidic pH. And so whereas apple cider vinegar, of course it's acidic and it sounds like it's going to make it more acidic, but it doesn't. It really helps to balance out the pH of the gut, and the more balanced you have of a pH, the better it's going to be for Candida to not be able to thrive. So always recommend apple cider vinegar. You can take this once a day. You can take it in the mornings. I personally will go through this every so often, especially if I'm cleansing. I take it non-negotiable, but I'll just do it in the morning. So I'll just prepare my apple cider vinegar first thing in the morning, put a little bit of water and ACV in here, take a shot, and then I'll have my breakfast right after. So this is kind of like the way that I more so start my day. You can have it before meals, you can have it just once in the mornings. Whenever you can fit it in is the best time. And something I'll say too is, throughout this entire journey of Candida cleansing, I always get questions on like, when should I take this supplement, or when should I take apple cider vinegar? The best time for you to take it is at the time that you're going to remember to take it. So just make sure you're taking your stuff and you are good to go. So take this once a day. You have 100% heard me talk about this, but Hepato-DR is a really good thing for you to take while doing the Candida cleanse, because it is so important that you focus on your liver health. Your liver is going to be the organ that is kind of stimulated throughout the entire cleanse and is helping to detox the toxins. If you are overburdened and you haven't focused on the liver, Candida is just going to circulate in the body and it's going to make things a lot worse. And so having something like Hepato-DR, this is from St. Francis. You can also find a ton of other liver supporting supplements. If you have questions, just comment them below. But I love this one. I love this brand so much, and I think it's a really great formula for anyone who is getting into liver support or has been doing it for a while. I always recommend looking into something like Hepato-DR. It's super simple to take. You just take 2 milliliters of it 3 times a day if you can. Twice if you just don't have the time or can't or don't like the taste of it, because again, health stuff doesn't always taste amazing, but it is really, really good for you because it's going to help to support the system. And the more you support your liver, the better the cleanse is going to be, the less fatigue and symptoms you're going to feel. And it's just going to honestly make the cleanse go by a lot quicker. You might even be able to see results quicker, sooner than later. Start with something more gentle and something that kind of is, I'd say, like more enjoyable in a sense. You can also do a detox tea. This is the tea that I first formulated and just recently sold to another company. I'll have a link below so that you can also purchase this, but obviously I'm biased, but this is my favorite liver supporting tea ever. The reason why I created this tea was because of the Candida cleanse, because I was taking these herbs all the time and decided to just put them into a formula and be able to, oh my God, it smells so good. I love the smell of it. It's like very earthy, but it just tastes so good. And I'll have a link below. I'm getting sidetracked. I'll have a link below so that you guys can shop it and have a discount for you as well. But super amazing for the Candida cleanse because it's again helping to detox the liver lightly so that you're not gonna like feel any kind of stimulation. You're not going to be running to the bathroom, but it is going to help to clear out any of those toxins. It's gonna give you more energy, less bloat, clearer skin, and you're gonna just feel so much better. I've heard so many of my customers say that once taking detox, they haven't had to have a second cup of coffee. And it makes sense because when you're detoxing your liver, you're helping to get rid of all the toxins and bacteria in there so that you inevitably have more energy. So definitely recommend this. I don't know if you can see, but this is what it looks like. I have no idea if you can see that. But it just smells so good and I am obsessed with it, and I'm so excited to have it back in my life because I was waiting for it for a while. But yeah, love it, and I definitely think you should try this out. Okay, another super easy thing to add into your cleanse is collagen or glutamine. Collagen and glutamine are really great for supporting the gut and especially the gut lining. I personally, if I'm having a coffee, I just put collagen in here every day. It's such an easy way to get like extra protein into your diet, but also ones that are going to really help and support the digestive system. If you had to choose collagen versus glutamine, I personally would do glutamine just because it does have better beneficial aspects of supporting the gut, but both are really good, and it's just an additional kind of support for the Candida cleanse. If you're gonna have coffee on the cleanse, I've talked about this so many times. I have lots of like videos on this on TikTok as well. But if you're gonna have coffee on the cleanse, it's totally fine. If you have normal cortisol levels, if you're not really, really stressed out, having coffee on the cleanse is not going to inhibit results. What is going to inhibit results is if you are stressing about everything that you're cutting out of your cleanse and you feel like you can't live a normal life. I have found that to actually give me a much harder time to see results versus having foods that I maybe shouldn't always be having. For example, coffee is technically not supposed to be on the cleanse. But when I started to have coffee on the cleanse, I actually realized I was seeing results quicker because my cortisol from not being stressed about how I can't have anything that I once used to enjoy wasn't as high. And so I think having coffee on the cleanse is totally fine if, again, you're not insanely stressed out. But just add something like collagen or glutamine to it. It's tasteless, so it's a really great addition, and it's just gonna help to support the gut as much as it can while you're also having something that once used to bring you so much joy. Speaking of coffee, I also would more so recommend you have matcha instead. Just try it out. If you don't like it, go back to your coffee. But I do really think that matcha is a much better alternative when it comes to the cleanse because it's one, an antioxidant, two, it has much less caffeine, so it's not gonna spike cortisol levels, and it also really helps to bring it down stress at the same time. So your body isn't in this like state of like high cortisol, high energy, and then having this crash. Matcha really helps to kind of keep you stimulated. I always have a matcha. If I'm working late, I'll have a matcha or a green tea at 6 p.m. and I'm totally fine. If I have a coffee, I won't sleep. And that's because although it does have a little bit of caffeine in it, it also has a lot of amino acids that are going to help to bring that caffeine down and just keep it sustained. So I really like matcha, but specifically why I have it on the cleanse is because of the incredible antioxidant capacity that it has. The brand that I love the most is Apoto. You can get this online. I'll also link that below. As well as I really like Soar. That matcha is incredible. I just have it upstairs somewhere, so I don't have it here, but Soar is also amazing. So I'll link that below as well. And yeah, I just make this with water. You can always add milk if you prefer it. I just like the taste of matcha, honestly, and I feel like a lot of people think I'm crazy for that because we're often putting it in milks, but I just find I can't taste it if I have like some kind of milk in the matcha. So, okay, the next one, I just had to come upstairs because I always keep this on my bedside. So this is magnesium. If you have been following me for a while, you know how much I talk about the importance of magnesium. It's one of the best one of the best minerals that you can take if you're like, I just want to get started with taking supplements and I don't know what to take. Start taking magnesium. This is my favorite brand. It's Pure Encapsulations and it's the glycinate. When we're doing a candida cleanse, it's really important to remember that although we're helping to remove a lot of toxins in the body, you're also removing a lot of minerals and hydration. So you have to make sure that you are getting enough hydration in as well as minerals and vitamins. So I always recommend magnesium. You'll hear me talking about supporting supplements in all of my guides, and I talk about all the supporting supplements that you should be taking. Magnesium is one of those, as well as B vitamins. Make sure you are taking B vitamins. I have more information in those guides as well, but with the magnesium, take 1 to 2 of these per night at minimum, and that should honestly help you feel so much better all throughout the cleanse, especially at nighttime when you start to kind of relax your body and your liver starts to work for you. I just keep it right here. This is so cute. I always get questions on this. I got this from HomeSense, and then my friend got me this, and I actually just put my engagement ring on this every night, and then this is where I keep the magnesium. It's honestly, if it's on my bedside table, I will take it. And so I personally take 2 to 4 of those per night. And then I may as well just show you this. I am obsessed with the scent of this. If you haven't tried it, it's just like such a nice vanilla scent. I actually don't know why it's on my bedside because I put it on. I usually keep it in my gym bag. And then this is amazing. It's from Sage and it's their extra strength pain relief. It feels so good when you've like had a tough workout. So yeah, that's my random bedside table. My mirrors are so dirty. I desperately need to clean them. I'm so glad that it's a short week this week because I can actually like go through and clean a bunch of stuff. I'm so excited to have like a family weekend. And then the following week, my sister is getting married, which is honestly so insane. I'm so excited. And I just like cannot wait for that week. So this is just my random message that I will be cleaning my mirrors and the whole house on Friday. And the last thing I want to share with you are Canadian bitters from St. Francis. You can obviously use any kind of bitters. It doesn't have to be from this brand, but I really do love this brand. And obviously you can tell I talk about them so much, but it is really such an amazing brand. They do everything so incredibly. It's organic, it's Canadian, so we love them. And the owners are just incredible people. But this is incredible for anyone who is doing the cleanse and is needing support digestion wise, but also just in general. I actually still take this, so I'll do 2 of these before meals. Typically just do it for dinner now, but if I'm doing a candida cleanse, I am taking it breakfast, lunch, and dinner when I can. These are really important because we as a society typically have low stomach acid, and when we have low stomach acid, things like candida and parasites and bacteria are so much easier for us to get because our body doesn't produce enough acid in order to kind of fight off these pathogens when we're digesting food. So for example, if you get food poisoning, let's say you ate, I don't know, you went to a restaurant and you got food, or you went to a restaurant and you ate meat that wasn't fully cooked. If you have enough stomach acid, you might be able to fight that off. But if you don't, you might get parasites from that, or you might get a bacterial infection from that, or whatever it may be. So that is why it is so important to have enough stomach acid. Bitters are incredible for helping you get there. And it's also really important that you have enough bitter foods in your diet just in general, especially to support the liver, to support digestion, and to kill off candida. So I always recommend in my guides that you have 1 to 2 radishes per day to get you there if it's something that you're not used to having all the time, but it can really make the biggest difference in your palate. And what I always hear from people is that when they do the candida cleanse, they end up like just discovering this new palate where they're not craving sugar all the time. And it's because of the bitter foods that you're eating. So I always recommend adding bitter foods. So radish, kale, radicchio, dandelion leaf tea or dandelion root tea are also really amazing. And just being able to kind of like open up this system where you're not having as much sugar. If you want to stop sugar cravings, the focus is to stop eating sugar, 1, and 2, increase the bitter foods in your diet to really help you kind of get to that next phase where your body doesn't actually crave the sugar. Let me know if you have any questions about any other products or any questions on candida. I would love to help and support you. Like I said, make sure you take a look at my guides on TikTok and Instagram. I have tons of information there too. But what I say is I know how hard it can be to do a candida cleanse because it is a lot of work. It's determination. It's really reminding yourself why you're doing it. And I just want to say I'm so proud of you for starting it, because a lot of people don't even get to the phase where they're starting because they're too nervous about the outcome, or they're too nervous to actually take it on. And I think one of the biggest steps is just trying it out. If you do the cleanse and you are anxious, or you're feeling like you have no control over the foods you eat, or whatever it may be, at least you tried it out and you can try it at a different time again. I do really think that timing is so important when it comes to the cleanse. Don't try to cleanse when you have a bunch of events happening, because it is going to be a lot harder, obviously, to stay consistent and to stay on track. But I want you to also know that this is not a lifestyle forever. It is just a moment in your life that you have to focus on detoxing the candida so it doesn't get worse, so you don't have to worry about this in a year or in 5 years. You can take control of it right now to actually then have the life that you want to live. But in order to get there, this is something that needs to happen. And every time I go through the cleanse and I feel this pull, I always remind myself, like, if I am craving whatever it may be, those foods are always going to be there. It's more so that I just need to figure out and fix what's going on in my symptoms right now to have the life that I want to live. And it is 100% possible and sustainable to clear candida and not have to do the cleanse again. I just want you to know, like, if you have started, keep going, because it does get so much easier. And I guarantee you're going to really love the life that you then live when your symptoms are clear and you realize what it feels like to actually feel amazing in your body. So I hope that this video really helped you feel a bit more confident, knowing that there's a few things that you can take to really support the cleanse and take it to that next step. Because honestly, when I first started cleansing, I don't think I was doing any of this stuff because I was so terrified of doing anything that would possibly make my skin worse. So I just feel like if I had this type of video, it would really help me feel so much more confident, and I really hope that is the case for you. And again, if you have any questions, I'm always here and want to really support you throughout this cleanse.